Hello, my name is Aaron. I'm a certified life coach, mindfulness and meditation practitioner, and mindset guru. I am bringing you along my journey as I use lucid dreaming for manifestation. If you've watched the first few videos in this series, then you already know about the overview of my adventure, we'll call it. I also gave you my daytime rituals and my nighttime rituals. Moving forward, I'm going to make weekly videos updating you on my progress, and I'm also going to be reading from my dream journal. So this is going to be the first of those videos in this series. But before we move forward, go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so you can get notifications on all future videos. So let's go ahead and get into the content. So in this series, I am basically going to be using a number of lucid dreams for manifestation purposes. I won't know what the next lucid dream is until I've gotten through the first one, or the current lucid dream that I'm on, and then that will give me insight to move further into my journey. So just to give you a little bit of background on how this has gone thus far, I've already had a number of lucid dreams. I intended on starting these videos right from the get-go, but as soon as I came up with this idea, I started having lucid dreams and I wasn't able to make the videos fast enough. So in this video, I'm going to be going over a few lucid dreams. So I have some notes, so don't mind me if you see me looking down. I keep a list of the lucid dreams. Well, I've listed the lucid dreams that I've had so far, and I also have pulled 2 of my dream journals so that I can read to you directly from there, so you can kind of get a sense and a feel of how my dreams are. Of course, they're going to be different than your dreams, but this way you can kind of see how my dreams unfold and how the process is going for me, and you can come along with me, okay? So my first idea was to go into the lucid dream state and just ask the dream, how can I make more money in my business? Typically, I find that if I ask the dream a question, sometimes I will get an answer, sometimes I won't. A lot of people have this experience where they ask the sky or ask the dream out loud and they will get an answer. It's happened for me like that a few times, but for the most part, it doesn't always happen like that for me. So I don't personally have that experience. Normally, I have to come up with some creative way in order to extract an answer from my dream. So when I do that, sometimes I'll use a telephone. Like, I will imagine that I have a telephone in my pocket and I will pull the telephone out and I'll call my unconscious, or I'll call the greater part of the dream on the phone and talk to it. Sometimes I will talk to another dream figure, which is what I'm doing in the dream that I will read to you first. But sometimes you'll find like a piece of technology like a TV. I've even gotten messages through the TV in the lucid dream. So sometimes calling out to the dream does not work too well for me, but sometimes I try it anyway. So I had a number of lucid dreams. Today is, I think, August 18th or August 19th, 2021. I should have looked at the exact date. I'm not sure. But I had a lucid dream on the 14th of July, which I'm going to be reading to you. I had 2 lucid dreams August 2nd. I had 2 non-lucid dreams August 9th. And if you watched, I think it was the last video in this series on my nighttime rituals, then I read a little bit of those lucid dreams when I was in the school, and I basically got the inspiration to continue forward using wake back to bed and the mild technique. I had a lucid dream on August 10th, which I will be reading to you, and I had 4 lucid dreams on August 16th, which was a few days ago, and I accomplished those through dream chaining, okay? So let me tell you, the first one was from the 14th of July. I believe that is here. So initially, like I said, my goal was to ask the dream somehow about how I can make more money from my business and then hopefully get an answer. So let me read you this dream from July 14th. This was actually, this was the 3rd dream of the night that I wrote down. Of course, I could have had more dreams that I wasn't aware of or that I did not write down. But from July 14th, this was the 3rd dream that I wrote down. And I called it More Money Try 1. Just Couldn't think of a interesting title. I am in Atlantic Station, walking around when I realize I'm dreaming. I rub my hands together. Typically, I rub my hands together in a lucid dream to stabilize the dream so that I will stay in the dream state and not wake up. I rub my hands together. I ask the dream to show me how I can make more money in my business. Nothing happens. No surprise, like I already told you. I see a black woman security guard and I walk up to her and I ask, how can I make more money in my business? At first, she says to go back to school. Then she points to a door and says, go to London. I go through the door and it's a bathroom. I step inside and close the door. So just a little caveat here, once again, so you can learn more about me and my journey. I always have this repetitive dream figure. Sometimes she manifests differently, but typically she's a middle-aged to older black woman. I've seen her many times. She doesn't always look the same, of course, but I know the figure itself. So she manifests in many of my dreams, lucid and non-lucid. Also, doors are very significant in my lucid dreams as well. I always have doors that appear. Doors are one of my dream signs as well. And bathrooms. Sometimes when I try to go from place to place in a lucid dream and I use doors, I will end up in a bathroom. And I haven't exactly discovered the significance of that. Maybe it's just an uncomfortable situation. But in real life, I actually don't like bathrooms. When I was younger, I would never use the bathroom in public. I would hold it and wait till I got back home. So there's some significance there. Anyway, it is very dirty, no surprise, small, and smells like pee. It's also moving like an elevator. It's taking a while. I look through the door and it's another bathroom on the other side of the door, this time with a dirty tub. The water level is rising. There's also a brick wall door. There's also a brick wall where another door should be. I go back inside the smaller bathroom. The water in the dirty toilet rises and begins to spill onto the floor. Disgusted, I try to raise my feet. Finally, I hear a ding. Then I walk through the door. I'm in a bar. It's not very busy. There are lots of young guys, both black and white. I walk up to one and ask, where am I? He acts like I should know. Then he says a city name with a Z. It sounds like Zurich, but it wasn't that. He leads me into another room with more guys. I ask them, how can I make more money in my business? There was no answer. I tell them that I asked a security guard and she told me to come to London, so now here I am. One of the guys tells me to follow him. I rub my hands together to stabilize the dream. Then I realize I can't breathe very well. I know it's my physical body in the bed. I try to ignore it a while the dream figure gathers his things. I try to remain calm. I tell him to hurry because I don't have long. So many times when I'm in a lucid dream, I'm also aware of my physical body in the bed. So in this case, you'll see in just a few moments as I'll read, my physical body has turned over and I'm kind of like face down in the pillow, which is causing me not to breathe very well. And I sense that inside of the dream. This has happened to me multiple times in lucid dreams. So typically when it happens, I don't panic. I just remain calm because I know that my physical body is safe. So I don't feel a need to immediately wake myself up, So clearly in this dream, I have a goal and I'm trying to get to my goal. So I'm like, let's just stay calm and do what we came here to do. So he walks by me, I follow. He has a large H&M bag in his hand. I feel the breathing becoming more and more difficult. I know my physical body's nose is likely in the pillow. It happens often for me. As we walk away, I can't take it anymore. I shake my dream head hard to wake myself up. It's surprisingly a little difficult. Then wake up in my bed with my face half in or on the pillow face down. So this was my first attempt in this series. And at this point, I hadn't come up with the other ideas yet on how I would move forward. I only had the idea that I would go into the dream and ask the dream, how can I make more money in my business? So that was my lucid dream from July 14th. So let's move forward. I have a different dream journal, and let's see. Sorry, just looking through them. Let's go. So I had 2 lucid dreams on August 2nd, but in those 2 lucid dreams, I did not. Oh, actually, one of them, yes, I did. Let's go to August 2nd. On the first lucid dream, it didn't have anything to do with business. The second lucid dream, I am with my friend. Let's see, where is it? As I said, I'm with my friend, and it kind of is. Okay. So at this point, I made a new goal for myself. I told myself, okay, I will go into the lucid dream state. I will go through a door, which typically doesn't always work for me. I'll go through a door and I will end up in my job, and I will affirm how I'm doing so well in my business, how I'm doing, how successful I am in my business, and I will thank my job for its service, for inspiring me, and affirm to myself that I'm moving forward in my life. So this was my goal for, this part of my dreaming journey, my lucid dreaming journey. Once I accomplish that, I'll move on to another dream. Let's see how this one turned out. I am in a Dollar General. I have luggage with me like I just got off the plane. My friend, we'll call him Robert. Robert works here. It's in the hood, and there's a long line of people. I somehow end up checking out, and I use dental floss to hold all of my things together. Robert is checking people out and is talking loudly to one of his coworkers. He wears denim shorts. His coworker has just come out of the bathroom and is talking about how he has hidden some ecstasy pills in there that he is excited to take once he gets off. I ask Robert which house is his. He tells me it's right across the street. He points it out to me. I walk out the door of the Dollar Tree, and this plaza and house across the street look very familiar. In my mind, I ask Robert whose house is across the street. He says Tanya's house, but I know that's not right. I become lucid. I know that I'm in a Marsh Plaza from my childhood, and the house across the street doesn't belong there. I look at my hands. They appear normal, so I'm doing a reality check. They appear normal, but I still know I'm dreaming. I try to fly, but I don't leave the ground. It's okay, because I remember my goal of using a door to go to my job. I turn back to the plaza and find many doors. There are many doors in the plaza because, I'm looking at all of the stores that are there. I choose one, and it's actually the front of a Pepsi machine. So, instead of me actually going up to a door, I go up to a Pepsi machine. I imagine and tell myself that my job is behind this makeshift door. I slide it back, but there's nothing there. I try the door next to it, and it's a dirty bathroom. Once again, dirty bathroom comes up. In my mind, I take this as a sign that I'm challenged and uncomfortable. The dream shifts, and I lose lucidity. Robert comes out. He is now a child. He helps me find his grandmother's house. As I walk across the street, it's early evening. I walk around the house looking in the window and notice his grandmother sitting on the couch. I'm in the driveway and I feel something in my mouth. It's almost a combination of a wad of paper and stitches from when I had oral surgery. When I was younger, I had oral surgery, and if you've ever had oral surgery, they put these stitches in, and they're not like the stitches that you would have on another part of your body. And I can't describe how it looks, of course, because I didn't see inside of my mouth. But it kind of reminds me of like a bandage. It's very smooth. I spit it out semi-lucid. I recognize that this has happened before. I've actually had this happen, this sensation of objects being in my mouth and I'm spitting them out and I have to pull them out and they just keep coming and coming and coming. I've had this in many dreams. That has happened to me in many dreams. The dream ends and I wake up. So once again, this attempt doesn't go too well for me. I try to imagine myself going through the door. I intend for my job to be on the other side of the door so I can carry out my dream goal, but I open the door and once again I'm in a dirty bathroom. I turn around and I leave and I lose my lucidity and the dream carries on. So that was this. That was the second lucid dream I had on August 2nd. August 9th, I had 2 non-lucid dreams, and they talked about lucid dreaming. And once again, I read those lucid dreams in the last video when I talked about my nighttime rituals. So if you haven't seen that video and you're interested in learning what happened in those dreams, go back and watch that video. August 10th, I had a lucid dream called Falling from the Sky. Let me see how much time I have. Okay. I had a dream called Falling from the Sky. So at this time, August 10th, I had changed my dream goal because I realized that walking through doors and intending things to be on the other side of doors does not always work well for me. So I said, let's do something different. August 8th of this year was what is called Lionsgate. And I am very interested in a lot of celestial events, and I guess we could call it like esoteric practices and ideas, things like that. Very, I guess, new age stuff, even though this stuff isn't new age. It's not new at all. But a lot of people in my close community were talking about Lionsgate, and I'm like, okay, I've never really gotten into this before, but let me use this as inspiration. So instead of walking through a door, I said I will walk through a portal. And I know myself in lucid dreams. I can sometimes be a little aloof, just like when my intention was to go through a door, but I ended up going through a Pepsi machine, trying to go through a Pepsi machine, even though there are plenty of doors around me. So I did not want to set myself up for failure. So I said, okay, this portal that I'm going to be imagining, it does not have to be a door. It does not have to look like a portal. It could actually be the dream itself. I did that because if I told myself that the portal needed to be a door or needed to look like a door, then when I go into the lucid dream, it could be a possibility that I would not find a door or not see a door, and then that would stop me from carrying out my intention. So I wanted to get rid of that by telling myself it doesn't even have to look like a door. It can look like anything. Be creative, use whatever is there. So let's see how this turned out. August 10th, Falling from the Sky. This dream started out with me being chased into the sky. My sister is with me. When we get into the sky, there's some sort of structure like a home. Inside the home, I get into an argument with a woman, so I decide to leave. I go to the edge of the banister. Okay, so let me play this out for you. I'm on the ground. There are clouds above me. I fly up to the clouds, and this is the cloud. On the cloud, there's a home. Let me get in the camera. On the cloud, there's a home. The borders of the cloud are where the fence is. So I fly up, and I'm like right here. And there's a woman who's looking out over the fence. So, I'm flying up and meeting her right at the edge. I go to the edge of the banister. I'm going to hop over I go to the edge of the banister. I'm going to hop over, then hop down back into the earth. Before I do, I steal one of the woman's earrings. I hop over and begin my descent. She hops over and follows me. As I get closer to the earth, I become lucid. Thoughts quickly run through my mind. I'm looking for anything that could be used as a portal so I can carry out my dream goal of going through it and emerging into my new life. So that's something that I didn't say before. My goal with going through this portal is, I imagine that this portal is inside of a lucid dream. I'll go through the portal in the lucid dream, be in another type of lucid dream, and when I wake up, I'm waking up into a new reality. So basically, the door to this new life that I'm going to live, even in the waking state, is in the lucid dream. And when I wake up from that lucid dream, I am literally intending on waking into a new reality. If you're familiar with the concept of quantum jumping, you could say that this is similar to quantum jumping. Now, if you're not familiar, I don't want you to think that this is so far out that I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be like in a whole new body or in a whole new house. It's more like my mindset and the opportunities that are there for me and everything that's going to manifest for me. It's going to be a whole new world, a whole new life in this way, okay? Emerging in my new life. I also think about the dream itself. I also think about the dream itself being the portal, but this idea doesn't seem as exciting. Below me there is land spotted with large and small pools of water. I could use the water as a portal, but there is some fear surrounding going through the water as if I would drown. I begin to feel that soon my lucidity will fade. I continue looking for a gate or a portal, but the dream ends before I find one. So once again, I had this idea that I came up with in the waking state. I told myself, it does not need to look like a door. It does not need to look like a portal. And I put this in my mind for this specific purpose. But in the dream, once again, it played out not going the way that I wanted it to be. I could have gone through this portal. I could have used the water as a portal. But remember, the first thing I said is it doesn't sound as exciting to me. And that's what was really predominant in this dream. I could have used it. Even before the fear came in, it just didn't seem exciting for me. So it's like, I would rather it actually be a portal than a pool of water. That is on me. And it shows how I reify things so much in the waking state, which I talked about that in the daytime rituals video, reification. How I reify things in the waking state, or how I reify emotions in the waking state, and that transfers over into the dream state, lucid and non-lucid dreams. When really, if I was really, really lucid, and I had just a little bit more awareness, then it should have been apparent to me that this entire dream is made up of mind space, including the emotions, including the dream body, including the environment. So it really doesn't matter. But in the dream, it mattered because it felt real. I was reifying things. So that's my interpretation on it. And and another thing that came to me was that perhaps there's some trepidation or fear about actually taking that step to change my life in the waking state. Perhaps that's some of the fear that transferred over into the lucid dream, because I could have gone through that portal. I could have used that water to go through the portal. I could have used that water as the portal. So let's see. Then I had the 4 lucid dreams on August 16th. Let me check the time. Okay. I had the 4 lucid dreams on August 16th. So these I'm actually not going to read to you because they were a series of sex dreams. So a lot of people know that many people use lucid dreams for sex. Now, I have not always been a person to use lucid dreams for sex, just being completely honest, because I've always felt that I could do other stuff in the lucid dream. But in these series of lucid dreams, for whatever reason, I was aware of my intentions to once again use the lucid dream to manifest a new life, and my current dream goal is the portal. You can see once again how my dream goal has changed, even though I haven't always successfully accomplished that goal in the dream state. I'm looking for the right one, and I'm also, of course, looking to accomplish the dream goal. But on August 16th, I had 4 lucid dreams that I dream chained. So this is basically a technique where you wake up from a dream. It could be a non-lucid dream, it could be a lucid dream, whatever. You wake up, and it's really very imaginative. You're gonna stay in this groggy state of consciousness. You don't want to wake fully up. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to walk around. But you want to easily be able to roll over and go back to sleep, but contain like a little sliver of awareness. So you're in the in-between state. You're in between being fully conscious in the waking state and being asleep, So you will imagine yourself back in the dream that you just came out of, and you also need to put a little intention on it. You need to put a little seasoning, a little spice on it. So you're gonna imagine that that you're in the dream that you just woke up from, and you're gonna put a little intention, a little feeling, a little emotion on that. Then you're gonna roll over and go back to sleep. If you woke up in a position that you don't typically sleep in, you're gonna roll into the position that just feels more comfortable for you, and then you're gonna try to fall asleep. Which trying to fall asleep is kind of like an oxymoron. If you try to fall asleep, you're probably gonna not fall asleep. You want to just relax. You want to relax and let go of your physical body, kind of like disassociating from your physical body. But you want to keep this intention and keep this feeling and keep this emotion, kind of this momentum of intending to be back in the dream. Like, I'm going back in, this is where I'm going to end up. So this is what I did. Every time I would wake up from the lucid dream, and once again, I was being spurred by sex. I wanted to go into the lucid dream to continue to have, actually I didn't have sex the first few lucid dreams. I was like building up to it. I felt like I needed to coerce the dream figure, and I was trying to figure out many things about this dream figure before I decided if I wanted to have sex with the figure or not. So each dream I would get closer and closer and closer to my goal. Now the last lucid dream, we did end up actually having sex, but I had in the back of my mind that this is not what I came here for. I came here to go through this portal. So in the bedroom, there is a closet, and the closet door is a mirror. And in the back of my mind in the dream, I'm like, oh yes, I could use this mirror as the portal. I could use this mirror as a portal. So I get up from the bed and I start rubbing my hands together once again, and I'm giving my sankalpa. So the sankalpa is like, you could honestly think of it like a spell. Like, you know, you see on TV that witches have these spells, things that they say. It's kind of like that. It's an intention with your words. Well, it's words that have intention with them, that are backing up the intention. So I'm rubbing my hands together, saying my sankalpa as I go up to the mirror, intending for this mirror to be the portal. And as soon as I get there, I begin to wake up. So once again, I've had 4 lucid dreams, and these probably weren't the first dreams of the night. So I've probably been sleeping for a long time, and every time I dream chain, I'm like extending it more and more and more. So my body's probably actually well rested and ready to get up, but I'm once again inside of the lucid dream, stabilizing the dream so I can stay in it as long as I can, forcing my body to hold on, you know, give me just a little bit more time so I can stay in this lucid dream. But I end up waking up. So as of today, I haven't yet gone through the portal. That is my dream goal. I feel like that is a solid dream goal. It has enough emotional intensity for me. It seems exciting. It seems very interesting. So it's something that I do want to do, which I feel is very important. So if you're watching this video and you are familiar with lucid dreaming and you are maybe a little bit more advanced, you know, I am giving you tips on how you can become lucid in the dream state, but a lot of my videos are probably going to be on what to do, how to change your life, how to use lucid dreaming for personal development and manifestation. So some of these concepts could be a little bit more advanced. But once again, I'm towards the end of my dream cycle. I've been pushing my body, pushing my mind to stay in the dream state for a while. So inevitably I wake up, and there was probably a little bit of excitement there as well. And you know, if you become too excited in the lucid dream state, then you'll wake up. So I will be back next week and making another video to document on my successes, on my failures, on my challenges. I don't know what's gonna happen, but wish me luck. Hopefully I will get lucid a few times over the next week and actually be able to go through that portal. So thanks for tuning. Thanks for joining in. Once again, if you like this content, if you like this information, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so you can get notifications on all future videos. And I'll see you back here next week.